My name is Aaron Crawford with Comfort Design, your heating and air conditioning experts, and today I just want to take a moment out of your day and talk to you about the importance of ductwork. Heating and air conditioning, especially air conditioning here in San Antonio, is a must. And a lot of the issues that we have with cooling our homes isn't because the system is bad, it's because of the ductwork. Ductwork plays such a vital role in allowing all that cool air to get to those rooms. It's what brings all that air to us. So we'll talk to you about some of the advancements in ductwork, kind of some of the specialties that we do when installing ductwork. But before I get into that, let me talk to you a little bit about who we are. Comfort Design has been servicing San Antonio since 1985. We're family owned and operated, and we specialize in total home comfort and efficiency. So not just heating and air conditioning, but all aspects of efficiency in your home, whether it's insulation or weatherization, ductwork, indoor air quality, all those things are kind of what we specialize in. And we are licensed, bonded, and insured as well. So let's get into the ducting. Let's talk about some of the facts about ducting. Well, there's two main types of ductwork that we see here in San Antonio. Flexible ductwork and then hard pipe ductwork. Actually, I have a couple examples here. This here is a piece of flexible ductwork. This may be what you have up in your attic. Typically, you'll see this hung really high up in the attic and things like that. The flexible ductwork has a protective outer shell here, which keeps everything together. You have your insulation that's wrapped around it. And then the actual duct, you can see why they call it flexible, just has a lot of give to it. You notice these ridges in here. A lot of these ridges kind of grab the airflow. It doesn't really allow for that air to move freely. One of the things that we see with flexible ductwork up in attics is when we start hanging them, they start to droop over time and really cause a pinch on the airflow. So maybe you have a certain room that doesn't get enough airflow. Maybe it's your hot spot in the summertime. It could be a pinching issue. Hard pipe, on the other hand, we have a piece here. You can see hard pipe, we have that same type of outer shell here, the same type of insulation, but hard pipe, we don't have those ridges. So air moves very freely with hard pipe. It's easier to get that air back into those far reaches of the home. We don't have the droopy effect over time with hard pipe ductwork. Hard pipe ductwork is very essential when we're trying to maximize efficiency in our home. So just kind of understand what type of ductwork you have. Is it the flexible kind or is it the hard pipe kind? One of the benefits of a hard pipe ductwork, you can clean it too. You actually get a brush in here and clean it, whereas flexible ductwork, it can't really be clean because you'll tear it up. Okay? So some of the facts about ductwork. The types of ductwork, flex and hard pipe. We also, the insulation around ducting. Insulation is very important, not only in our home, but especially over the ducting up in our attic. In the attic, the temperature can be 140, 150 degrees, and if we're pumping all that nice, cool 55 or 60 degree air, we want to make sure we have adequate insulation around the ducting to protect your temperatures. If your system runs all day long, never really shuts off, and can't keep up, it might be an insulation issue around your ducting because all that heat's infiltrating into the ductwork. The sealing of ductwork, extremely important. We want to make sure that we're not losing any airflow into the attic. We want to make sure that we're actually not bringing attic air into our ductwork. If you ever look on your registers or your grills on your ceiling, you see any of that dust or kind of that debris on it, that might be a duct sealing issue. So it's very important to make sure your ducts are sealed properly. The balancing of your duct system. So balancing of your system is actually where you're able to direct kind of traffic in your home by putting dampers inside each duct line that regulate the amount of airflow that we bring to each room. So it's really hard to tell air to go this way and turn left or turn right. It kind of goes where it's least resisted. So have a balancing system or a balanced ductwork system really allows for each room to get the required airflow. The way we measure airflow is in what we call a CFM. You may have heard of this before. It stands for cubic feet per minute. I like to call it buckets of air. This is what our system's trying to deliver with our system. So if you have like a 5-ton system or a 2-ton system, it's trying to deliver a certain amount of CFM or buckets of air into your home. And that's why the importance of return air. Return air is the most important part, in my opinion, when it comes to your ductwork because that regulates how much air you're actually able to recirculate in your home. Your blower does two things. It pulls air and pushes air. So if your returns aren't sized properly, you're not able to pull enough air from your home, therefore you're not able to supply enough air out into your home as well. So it's always important to make sure you're bringing enough of that hot air in the summertime from your house, running it through your system, and then supplying it back into the home. It's that whole recirculation effect. So making sure you have proper return air. So these are kind of the facts about ductwork. What I've done is again, not an artist, But just a little illustration of a home. I want to kind of share with you some of the things that we do differently than some of the other guys out there when it comes to ducting. So here we have just a typical home, a couple bedrooms, master bedroom, a study, kitchen, living room, and a garage. So if we say this is your furnace here, or where your blower's at here, what we find in a lot of the duct systems that we look at is they run these ducts to these boxes throughout the house. Just like this. They have all these boxes everywhere and all these different legs that come off of this box right here. So it spends a lot of time in the attic, but it's really hard to guarantee proper, even airflow everywhere. So it's hard for me to say, hey, this much air go that way or that much air go this way. It's hard to balance the system. We see a lot of problems with hot and cold spots when we see a duct design just like this. Maybe go up in your attic. Maybe you'll see what we call distributor boxes up there. It's really hard. We have so many different connections in the attic space where leakage can occur. So what we try to do on all of our systems is we have a main highway. So instead of having all these duct lines going everywhere, we run a big, long trunk line, the length of the house here, in hard pipe, so we have less restriction, and we run the duct legs off of this hard pipe, almost like a tree. And so what we're able to do is have that main highway here and really regulate the air that goes everywhere. Again, this is all done in hard pipe. And then we put balancing dampers at the start of each line to really regulate the airflow. That's one of the great things that we specialize in here at Comfort Design, is a properly sized duct system. So when we look at duct systems and we're trying to change them out, we never like to go what we call like for like. We like to redesign it to make sure that we get the maximum efficiency in the delivering of all that hard-earned money or that air into your home. So if we are fortunate to come out and do a proper duct evaluation on your home, some of the things that we're actually going to do in your home require what we call a balancing hood. You may have seen one of these before, but a balancing hood is what measures the volume of air in your home. It really determines the efficiency of the state of the ductwork that you have today. And it allows us to determine what modifications need to be made in your home to allow for your ductwork to be done properly. Also, one of the great things about this is that there's huge incentives right now through CPS. CPS is giving you up to $2,750 by having this duct test done along with the modifications as well. That's a huge rebate. In fact, it's the highest rebate that CPS has to offer except for their solar incentives right now. So they're giving more rebates on ducting than they are on air conditioning. It makes you think, well, what's more important? Is it the box or is it the highways to your system? So CPS has really backed up the ducting program here in San Antonio. Typically a duct evaluation takes a couple hours to perform just because we want to make sure we do that pre-test and understanding of how your ducts are laid out today, and also doing a post-test to make sure after the modifications are done that we hit all the things that we promised you. Making sure that if you go into the kitchen or the bedroom or the study, no matter where you go in the home, everything is nice and even in your home. And that's what we call our feel the difference guarantee, is that we're so confident in the way that we design ductwork that when we're done, you're going to be so overly wowed about the performance and the efficiency of your home. No more hot and cold spots in your home. No more air leakage or infiltration in the home. Everything nice, balanced, and comfortable. Let's think about this too. If we're able to balance your system and really increase the efficiency of your home, it really allows for that system or the equipment to last longer. This is a little bit about ductwork, the differences in ductwork, and kind of the things that we do a little bit differently. I'm Aaron Crawford with Comfort Design. Thank you for taking some time out of your day. We hope to see you soon. Again, have a great day.